Hey, what's up? GW coming to you live. First of all, you guys might notice I'm not all together with it. I woke up around 2 o'clock, bad heartburn. I don't know what I ate, you know. Uh, Also had some sinus stuff, so I've been up, and it is probably about 10:30, and I feel like I've been up for like ever. So, neglected to stay home today, and try to take it easy. Maybe, jump back and figure out what went wrong last night with what I ate or whatever. But, anyways, yeah, it was a rough night, you guys. And I probably, like I said, I don't look all together. I don't feel all together. But, nevertheless, a couple things I want to talk about. We're going to talk about the movie Quicksand that's on Shutter right now. I just happened to watch it. As I said, I don't feel like doing much. Just not up to it. But I did check this thing out, and if you like movies like Open Water 2, The Couple in Peril, Isolation Deal, then you're going to like this. This was directed by Andre Beltran, and it's on Shutter, as I just mentioned. It's was made this year, and it's got a buzz, but it really didn't get too many good reviews. So I figured, you know what? I don't listen to critics because I like what I like, guys, and it's a pretty interesting story. So it stars Carolina Gayton as the final girl, and Alan Hawko as her husband. And basically, this is not your traditional horror movie. This is a suspense film, and if you take it as a suspense film, there are pretty high tension suspense moments in it. Um, Basically, the story is about a married couple who are already on the fringe of divorce. In fact, in the prologue, before they get stuck in the quicksand, they they're just pretty cold to each other, and there's different things that you pick up, different arguments and things that you pick up. Um, Karma has a way of biting them in the tail because while they're divorced or getting divorced or thinking about getting divorced, they also want to try to fix their marriage, but they think it's what's the word I'm looking for? You can't fix it. So what happens is they are invited to go on a hunting trip or a hiking trip, and instead of waiting for a guide, this couple decides to go out by themselves. And well, where they're going is a place called Los Arenas, and the reason it's called that is because there's quicksand pits all over this rainforest. It doesn't take a genius to figure out after a series of sort of bad bad happenings that they end up in the quicksand pit. The cool thing is this is a fast watch. It's about 82 minutes or 86 minutes. The bad thing is that some of the story could have been more intense, but for what it offered, it was pretty cool. There's a lot of cool parts. If you guys haven't seen it, um, there is couple of segments with a python that's pretty wicked. We get to see some of the inhabitants of the rainforest, fire ants and such. The peril sequences are shot pretty decent. Um, but again, in these films, as cool as they are and as entertaining as they are, common sense goes out the window. There's a shot of a helicopter flying over the rainforest, right up top where these guys are stuck at. They have a rifle and they never think to shoot it. And I get it, you want to draw out the story, but in real life, wouldn't you want to fire at the helicopter, try to hit the hull, get it pinged, have the helicopter land down, so on and so forth? But it's gotten pretty much a crappy review because they said that it falls under its own weight. And honestly, I just watched it. Like I told you, it's not a bad watch. It's just you flip it on and you watch it once, and if it ever comes on TV again, you watch it again. This is a movie, like I said, that rivals Open Water, but I think is more entertaining because if you saw the first one, you pretty much know what to expect. This one takes it out of the sea, puts it in rainforest, which you can do more with it. Um, Director, the camera work is pretty good, especially when you're seeing the point of view of the python. It's very cool. Um, as far as blood and gore, there's not really too much, guys, and that's again, I think, part of the realism of this film is that the only blood in the movie is a guy gets his head cracked with a log, and you see the bloody aftermath on his shirt. A The girl, Caroline Gayton's character, runs into a log. You see a little blood splatter here, nothing major. Alan Hawko's character gets his throat cut and then not sutured, but yeah, where they take the hot knife and press it against. I forget what that's called right now. But you get to see that bullet hole in the snake. I mean, nothing really gratuitous. But for a suspense movie, it's pretty decent. Like I said, it's not the greatest, but the reviews I don't think are warranted in this film. The blasting of critics. Critics blasted this movie. I don't think it's justified. I think that they were looking for an open water too, and a second coming of the open water series, and were disappointed, so they trashed the reviews. So check Quicksand out. It's a pretty good watch. It's entertaining, but if you go into it just looking for an entertaining movie, you're going to be entertained. As always, if you're looking for something sophisticated, then you're probably going to be disappointed. So that's my take on Quicksand. Oh, let's see what else. I want to talk about the AEW video game Fight Forever, and I own it, and I I actually have been playing it, and it's gotten a mediocre response, but a very popular response as well from players. The one thing I will tell you that I like it more than any of the WWE 2K games, and I'm going to tell you why. Because back in the day when you had SmackDown versus Raw, you had blood. You had fun matches like the casket match, the parking lot brawl, and it was fun. It was an exaggeration of the real life product, and it was fun for people to play. You can only play so many wrestling simulator games before you get mad and you want to, do something crazy. And with WWE going PG a few years ago, they basically cut out 98% of that. AEW brings it in full. In fact, one of the first matches you could play on there is an exploding barbed wire death match, which, to my knowledge, this is the first console game to ever have it, except for Fire Pro Wrestling, which was the underground, wrestling game. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun to throw people against the ropes, trigger explosions, and you know what? There was blood. And the first time you see the blood in the AEW game, it surpasses anything WWE 2K has done. That's a pro. The con is that being AEW's first game, the starting roster is a bit small. Now, Kenny Omega, who was the creator of this game, basically said, look, we're going to add more wrestlers, we're going to add more match types, and last night, if you guys watched AEW Dynamite, they had the Blood and Guts match, which to me was probably one of the most bloody and intense, craziest matches that I've seen in a while, and it was on broadcast TV. They put the Blood and Guts match in there, you're going to have something. And it also is going to cater to Fortnite fans because Kenny Omega has said that there is going to be a stadium stampede mode, which it's 30 people running around a football stadium in different parts of it, Fortnite style. And it's pretty damn entertaining. And I can't wait. And if this is the direction that Ukes is going to go with AEW, then hey, I'm buying the second, third, and fourth game. I'm telling you right now. What else is coming out? What else is going on? The writer's strike. There has been a lot of talk about the writers and striking the actors and everything. And what that means, guys, is all your Chicago's, all your LA Laws, all your Blue Bloods, all your current shows that air are not going to be airing for a long time till they get this hashed out. But if you have Netflix, and some of these other streaming services, Peacock, I mean, you're pretty much set. The thing that's going to suck is they're going to drag this out. And I understand both sides of the argument. In fact, they actually canceled the filming of Deadpool 3. Now, Deadpool 3 was supposed to be a highly anticipated movie. I mean, the other two did, slam up bang job at the box office. Deadpool 3 was supposed to have Wolverine in it, and they got about 3 days into filming and had to shut down production. So it's going to put a kibosh on it. It's going to halt everything, as a matter of fact. So we're in for a really big entertainment drought if they don't get this worked out, which there was some films that I was looking forward to seeing. There's new Ghostbusters in the works, believe it or not, guys. There is the new Fast and Furious, not the one that just came out, but the second part of the finale might be pushed back. I know there was a new Transformers film in the works. That got pushed back. So there's all these type of things. And while they're doing that, believe it or not, at the same time, Disney and Peacock and that or not Peacock, but Disney, Paramount Plus, they're axing shows, man. Like Grease, Rise of the Pink Ladies. That was canceled after one season. I don't know why, and I really don't know. I haven't watched it, but it's just weird how they're going after shows. So that's that. As far as movies go, horror movies, if you want to see a really good one on Shudder, HBO Max, Evil Dead Rise. And this is the sequel to the Evil Dead remake. A lot of people don't know that. They think it's just, Bruce Campbell coming back, reprising his role, which Sam Raimi, the creator of Evil Dead, has said that when the movie first premiered, that he would give $50 to a person who could find the Bruce Campbell cameo. And it took me, the first watch I got it, and I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but it might not be an actual cameo. I'm just going to put it to you that way. You have to really, really pay attention. As far as blood and gore, that thing was over the top. It was fun to watch. It was great. And I just don't know where they're going to go with this. So check that out. It was pretty good. So definitely look at Evil Dead Rise. Yeah. Nothing else going on really, but I just figured I'd drop a line. I've been up since, like I said, 2:15. And like I said, my allergies are kicking up. I don't know why I got up. I just really don't know. And last week I was actually going to come on and make a video, but my mother-in-law's roommate had passed away. And I'd like to take a minute to talk about her, if I may. She was senior citizen. I don't know how old. I'm not going to speculate. Her name was Betty, and the first time I met her, she told me that she used to rob casinos in Vegas. Now, where she got this idea, I don't know. But she had a lot of stories, and apparently they were going to break out of the nursing home and go to Vegas and somewhere down the line kidnapped Tom Selleck, because they all have the hots for him down at that assisted living facility, And I got to know Betty. I got to know Betty's daughter very well, Bonnie. And every time we'd go down and see my mother-in-law, would bring Betty tea or a milkshake or just something, or a piece of cherry pie, because you gotta spread the love. You know what I mean? You gotta show them that you care. And and she passed away last week, and my wife took it really hard. Um, I was telling Betty about the upcoming Payday 3 game and how much she'd like it, and she thought that was entertaining. I showed her a video of it, and she's like, that looks really fun. This is from like an 80-some-year-old woman telling me Payday 3 is going to be fun, so now I got to get it, guys, you know what I mean? But it was sad. It's a sad loss to see her pass away like that. But on the flip side, at work, um, I see people who come in. I want to give a big shout out to my man Tim Wright. For those of you guys that don't know, check some previous reviews. I talked about Tim at great length. Tim is, well, if I had a brother, he would be him. I love that dude that much. It's always a pleasure seeing him. Uh, and I didn't want to stay home today, guys, but like I said, I couldn't get back to sleep. Stupid head cold, indigestion, it's crap. But forget the rules or forget the critics' reviews on the AEW game. Go check it out. It's pretty fun, especially if you're looking for fun arcadey type experience. Don't go with the wrestling simulators because I don't know. To me, the WWE 2K game franchise, I think it got crazy. They keep taking things out. They keep changing things, and it's not as fun. You know, like even if you go to SmackDown versus Raw for the PlayStation 1, you could fight all around the building. Then here comes the pain with part 2. And then, you could fight all over there. And you could go as long as you wanted without pinfall. Then you know what they did? They'd let you fight backstage, right? And the minute you hit somebody with a chair, knockout match over. Well, what the hell? AEW lets you do that. It's pretty underrated. And it's gotten a little bit of mixed reviews. But if you guys have TNT and you guys missed the double cage match, the War Games style blood and guts match, just to show you how far AEW will go, maybe you guys should check that out. Beyond that, everybody's asking me if I played Diablo 4. Yes, I have. Have I beaten it? Yes, I have. Would I go back and play it again? Yeah, I would. I'm not like really into that stuff, but hey, you give me a gauntlet style game, I'll just trash it all day long. So there's that. But maybe there'll be another review Saturday. Saturday we're actually going to be home, which will be nice. So I can watch another movie. I've been wanting to rewatch some stuff, anyway. Also, really cool thing real quick. If you guys have Amazon Prime and you guys love concerts, there is a app on there called Quello, Quello, and my wife got it. It's $7.99 a month, and we were able to watch, you can watch things like Marilyn Manson live in Germany, Slipknot Disaster Pieces, Korn live, the Ozfest movie. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff on there, and there used to be a TV show called Access that we don't have anymore, and you can't get it anymore. And they used to show, a bunch of concerts, Cyndi Lauper, Queen, The Who, crap like that. Quello has it too. But yeah, it's pretty neat. So definitely check it out if you're a music lover. And before I go, big shout out to all my friends. We'll start with Tim. Give Tim a shout out. What's up? Emily, give Emily a shout out. Casey, Casey, give Casey a shout out. My man EJ, EJ, he's backyard wrestling guy. A lot of people. I just want to give shout out to everybody. My man John Slosh. He's family to me. That dude. Uh, Jeff Donahue, very cool cat. You know, so many people. I just don't have the time. I just want to say thank you to everybody watching my channel, and I hope that you guys learned something, even if it is stupid, from watching my channel. So definitely check it out. Hopefully, I feel better, and I'll be back with you at 100%.